From the maiden sailing of the largest cruise ship ever built, to me discovering a brand new cruise port that I didn't even know existed, to one cruise line sickening over 12% of the population on board their very own ship, there's so much to get into today. You're going to want to stay all the way to the end. Buckle up, it's a busy one. Let's roll the intro. Welcome to the Midships channel. I'm your Captain Corey. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel today. Happy Juneteenth to all of you. It's so good to be back here in the Midships home studio. I'm just off the Carnival celebration for my group cruise. And yes, I will be showing you a lot of that later on this week when the cruise news isn't so darn thick. I'd encourage you to get subscribed to this channel so you don't miss it as we push our way to 20,000 subscribers before the end of this month. Subscribe now and we'll hit our goal today. Now let's get into our first story of the day. The largest cruise ship ever built, the most anticipated cruise ship in the history of mankind, Icon of the Seas, is out on the water right now, sailing under her own power for the first time ever. And I've got your first ever look at Icon of the Seas. All the wrapping is off. All the plastic wrap is off. You can finally see her sailing around during her sea trials. And just check this ship out. Finally, without the plastic wrap, you can really get an actual idea of what this monstrosity will actually look like when she sets sail next year. And I gotta say, Icon is even uglier now than the renderings. Man, this is gonna be one cool ship, but nobody ever said she was a pretty ship. And here you go, your first ever look at Icon of the Seas Sea Trials. And the commencement of Sea Trials is one of the most important steps in the construction of any new ship, in particular, a brand new class of ship. This is where Royal Caribbean will learn just how capable Icon of the Seas is. They're gonna figure out how fast it can go, how quickly she can stop, if she's able to turn 180 on a dime, all of these things. They're gonna learn that and more about Icon of the Seas over the next few days and weeks as they push this brand new vessel all out, balls to the wall, so to speak, to see what a true icon is capable of. And I can't wait to bring you more and more information about this one-of-a-kind vessel that you and I are gonna be able to cruise on in like 6 months' time. And I'd like a chance to show you some of the things I'm bringing with me on board Icon of the Seas when I set sail on her next year. And if you want to check all of those things out, well, why don't you find the Amazon link in the description down below this video? Yeah, it's time to pay a few bills. That's where you can find everything I take with me every single time I cruise. My group cruisers found out just how good that little rechargeable fan is, and I think you should find it out too. Check it out. There's a link in the description down below. Now, as much as I'd like to keep talking about Icon of the Seas, we have no choice but to keep the cruise news rolling. There's just so darn much of it. And unfortunately, I have bad news for one cruise line who sickened over 10% of the passengers on board one of their ships. An unbelievable story coming out here. And honestly, it couldn't be more embarrassing for Viking Cruise Line, because not only do you have a massive gastrointestinal illness outbreak on board one of their largest ships, but they're also the only cruise line left out there, the only one I know of, that still has COVID vaccine policy measures in place on their ships. And all of this was not able to stop the massive spread of a simple gastrointestinal illness on board their ship. It's kind of outrageous, y'all. Take a look at this. This is the Viking Neptune cruise ship, and you can see we're not talking about a little riverboat here. No, this ship can carry almost 900 passengers, and currently, right now on board, 12.7% of those passengers are suffering from abdominal pain, vomiting, things coming out the backside that we don't even want to talk about. And it's not just the passengers. 2% of the crew on board are sick as well. This is just gross, y'all. This is a cruise line that says they're trying to keep you safe and prevent the spread of transmissible diseases on their ships, going so far as to be the only cruise line not allowing non-vaccinated people to cruise. They should have the best mitigation out there. And yet they're not even able to prevent over 10% of their ship's population from falling ill with basically norovirus. Now, Viking Neptune is currently operating up in Nova Scotia. That's Canada for all of you geographically challenged individuals. But this ship is slated to arrive on Tuesday to Bayonne, New Jersey. Now, not to get too down on Viking Cruise Line, this comes in the wake of a large rise in gastrointestinal illnesses being reported on cruise ships. Okay, it's your turn to give me your thoughts and feelings on this massive, out-of-control outbreak going on board a Neptune ship. Run down to the comments, give me all of your thoughts, but please remember to be respectful. This is one of the more sensitive topics that we discuss on this channel. Let's keep the cruise news rolling. I visited a brand new cruise port the other day that I didn't even know existed. Nobody in the cruise news sphere has scooped or reported on the fact that this cruise port is there, it's open, and it is now operating. As a matter of fact, it just opened last week. But now, since you subscribe to this channel, you're gonna be the first person on the internet to learn of the brand new expansion, this secret new area that just opened last week in Costa Maya, Mexico. Now, Costa Maya, it's one of those cruise ports that is either beloved or hated by cruisers. Now, some people love it because it's large, it's new, it's clean, it's very safe, and there's a lot of free things to do. Think free beaches, free pools, that kind of thing. There's also a ton of shopping, good food right there. You don't have to get out of the cruise port even. Now, a lot of people hate it because it's not authentic, okay? Because it's set up by the cruise lines. Well, I love a good freebie. That's just me. That's how I was raised. I'm a little bit frugal. Well, there's now more freebies available in Costa Maya as I discovered that just beside the existing taxi stand area, way in the back of the cruise port, just opened a whole brand new area, a whole new wing with all kinds of new goodies back there. And nobody knows about it. In fact, it's so new, they're still building some of it when I had the chance to film all of this footage just the other day with my group cruise. Check this out. This isn't even on any of the current maps that I was able to see in port. So if you're watching this channel, you're going to have an opportunity to enjoy this area in quiet solitude while others languish in the busy cruise port area. And busy is something that's been quite the trend in Costa Maya lately. And here's the deal. This is why I'm reporting on this. The port the other day was the busiest I've ever seen it. It was shoulder to shoulder, kneecap to kneecap, so to speak. I hope you heard that. I said kneecap to kneecap. You couldn't find a seat. You couldn't find a chair. You could hardly wade into the pools. But I ran into this new area in the back of the port. You know what I found there? I found a big pool that was completely empty. I found a swim-up bar that had seats available at it. Look at these hammocks, empty, just waiting to be used and relaxed in. There's tons of new shade, tons of new seating surfaces. I mean, come on. Oh, and the best thing? There's a flow rider going in right now. So you don't even have to cruise Royal Caribbean anymore to hop on a flow rider if you stop in Costa Maya. I had the chance to practice some of my Spanish that I learned in high school and have not used since with some of the friendly folks working on the flow rider. They told me this port literally opened up on like Tuesday of last week, maybe Wednesday. There was really no formal announcement or fanfare, but all of these new venues are open, they're ready to go, and now this is our little secret. Next time you're in Costa Maya, just walk past everything in port like you're heading to the taxi stand. Just before you get there, look to the left. It's your own little private oasis. If you made it this far in today's episode, please make sure you get subscribed to the channel as we push our way to 20K. While you're down there subscribing, leave me a thumbs up on this video if you're excited to check out this brand new, super secret part in Costa Maya, Mexico. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel today, and until next time, we'll see ya on the Midships.
La 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 la.